Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Map to Immigrate YouTube channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into a topic that's constantly evolving and sparking debate across Europe: immigration. From tougher border controls and new national policies to the landmark EU Pact on Migration and Asylum, a lot is happening. We'll break down the key changes, discuss the reasons behind them, and explore what it all means for the future. Grab your coffee, and let's get started. Over the past year, we've seen a significant push across Europe to tighten immigration policies. Despite a reported decrease in irregular migrant entries, the lowest since 2021, in fact, the political climate is leaning towards stricter controls and a greater focus on returns. This shift is largely driven by a rise in far-right sentiment in many countries, a strong desire to curb irregular migration, and the impending implementation of the EU's ambitious new Migration Pact. Let's take a look at some of the key national measures being introduced. In Germany, the government is taking a firm stance, with the Interior Minister ordering the rejection of undocumented migrants at borders. There are also discussions around deportations to Syria, a suspension of family reunions, and a boost to border police numbers. Meanwhile, in France, we've seen a significant increase in deportations this year. Poland has taken a particularly strong measure, temporarily suspending the right to asylum, citing concerns about hybrid threats and the weaponization of migration. On the Iberian Peninsula, Spain presents a more nuanced picture. While facing increased arrivals in the Canary Islands, they're also considering a plan to legalize a large number of undocumented immigrants to address labor shortages. And looking beyond the EU, the UK has announced reforms aimed at cutting net migration through stricter language requirements and longer paths to citizenship, alongside discussions about processing asylum seekers in safe third countries. Now, at the heart of these changes is the EU Pact on Migration and Asylum, adopted in May 2024 and set to be implemented by mid-2026. This is a comprehensive piece of legislation aiming to overhaul the EU's approach to migration, asylum, integration, and border management. The pact has several key objectives. Firstly, to enhance the management of the EU's external borders. Secondly, to streamline the process of asylum applications. And thirdly, to establish a more efficient system for returning those who are not eligible for protection. It also seeks to create a more unified approach to asylum criteria across member states and a system of solidarity among them. However, the pact also includes some significant and potentially controversial provisions. These include mandatory pre-entry screening at external borders, where individuals can face detention for security and identity checks. It also outlines border procedures where asylum seekers can be detained for extended periods during fast-track assessments. A notable aspect is the return sponsorship mechanism, where one EU country can be responsible for the return of an individual from another. If the return doesn't happen quickly, the sponsoring state may relocate that person. The pact also envisions a broader application of the safe third country concept, which could see more asylum seekers being returned to countries outside the EU. It's important to note that the EU Pact has drawn significant criticism from human rights organizations. Groups like Human Rights Watch and Caritas Europa have voiced serious concerns about the potential for increased detention, including the detention of children and families. They also worry about the implications of rushed asylum procedures with potentially limited safeguards and the risk of discriminatory profiling. The expanded use of the safe third country concept raises fears about shifting asylum responsibilities and potential human rights abuses in those countries. Furthermore, there are concerns about the effectiveness of the return sponsorship mechanism and the ethical implications of the pay to avoid relocation aspect within the broader solidarity framework. Beyond policy shifts, there are also significant technological changes on the horizon at Europe's borders. The Entry-Exit System, or EES, is a new digital border control system set to be fully operational by October 2025. This system will replace passport stamping with digital biometric records for non-EU nationals entering and leaving the Schengen area for short stays. The aim is to enhance security, speed up border checks, and reduce queues. However, the implementation is a massive undertaking, and there are potential challenges, including the risk of initial delays as the system is rolled out and integrated across different countries. So, as you can see, the landscape of European immigration is undergoing a period of significant transformation. From stricter national policies to the sweeping changes introduced by the EU Pact and the implementation of new technologies, these developments will have a profound impact on both those seeking refuge and the societies they hope to join. What do you think about these changes? What are the potential benefits and drawbacks you see? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspectives on this important issue. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth analyses of important global issues. We'll see you in the next video.